This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to you about the real estate market and actually for house flippers. Now, I'm an opponent for real estate. I was actually in a company for over 10 years. I work also as a project manager for construction loans and different aspects like that. So don't take this as something negative. I'm just talking about home flipping as a business model. You need to be kind of careful because we're getting late in the cycle, and it seems like houses are sitting on the market a lot longer, which makes it very dangerous for any home flippers. But CNBC is actually reporting about home flippers are fleeing the market as their profits shrink. Telltale, if they're talking about this in the regular media stream, then you really need to be prepared and maybe try to transition out of that. Anyone dealing real estate just needs to be mindful that you're getting long in the cycle, and home prices are starting to stabilize and actually start to go down in most places, which just signals that we're in a part of a correction coming soon. And for anyone, I've seen other videos, I've done other videos on real estate before, but I just want to kind of dive into this article and put in a link in the description as always. Home flippers are fleeing the market as their profit shrinks. Flipping volume has been falling annually by double-digit percentages for 3 months now. In California, where home prices are highest, flips were down a steeper 22% annually. Gross flipping returns in August fell to the lowest level in nearly 7 years, according to Adam. A rough combination of higher costs and lower demand is putting a chill on the once red-hot housing flipping market. After the epic housing crashes, flippers poured in, buying up distressed parties at bargain prices. See, it just shows that history just keeps repeating itself, and the more we get closer, and real estate, just like anything else, functions in a business cycle as well. And you had a good run from about 2000, I would say bottom out about 2009, 2010. And since then, that's 8 years. So real estate usually functions in a 7 to 10 year cycle. And we're 2010, if you calculate that, that's 8 years in. So you're going to start seeing, signs of just slowing down and prices dropping. And I did everything before. I've done other videos where it showed that from other articles that we're actually, if you need to sell, you need to sell before 2020. As well as that we reach another echo bubble again for real estate. So again, these two factors, and now you're getting articles like this. You really need to be paying attention and making your investment adjustments accordingly, especially if you're looking to buy houses to flip. After the epic housing market crash, flippers poured in, buying up distressed properties at bargain prices, fixing them up and flipping them either to residents or to other investors. That continued for years, but now that math isn't working so well, and some flippers are fleeing. The number of home flips defined as a home bought and sold within the same 12-month period fell 18% nationally in August, compared with August 2017, according to Adam Data Solutions. Flipping volume has been falling annually by double-digit percentages for the 3 of the past 6 months. A competitive housing market with just trace amounts of distressed deals available is a challenge for home flippers because the traditional flipping model depends on a steep discount when the home flip is purchased, said Darren Blockmus, Senior Vice President at Adam. This year, the disposition side of the home flip equation has also become more challenging as rising mortgage rates have cooled off demand for the first-time buyers and other finance buyers who flipped often sell their products to. Mark Bethanis, a contractor, has been flipping area homes for 30 years. He usually does multiple projects per year, but this year he did just one. It's not only becoming more expensive on the purchase side of flipping, but it's becoming more expensive on the fixed up side of flipping, says Bethanis. In California, where home prices are highest, flippers were down a steeper 22% annually. Home prices have been soaring for the past 2 years, and now mortgage rates are rising. In addition, the cost of labor and materials is up, and the labor shortage is only exacerbating both costs and timelines. And this is just to speak to that. Anybody who's looking to find a contractor, especially in this market, when housing is such a boom, you'll find it difficult to find any kind of contract that you can just rely on, and especially they can push their prices to be higher. Just something to be always mindful of as we get late on in the cycle and as real estate continues before it corrects. Belthanis is able to use his own crews and even do some of the fix-up work himself, but for others, he says it's just getting too difficult, especially with competition now from large-scale flipping companies. They have teams of people looking at properties where a little guy like myself, I found myself in my realtor contacts looking. A team can do more than an individual, he added. After the housing crash, real estate investing boomed thanks to so many low-priced properties available for sale. Some investors flipped homes immediately, while others held and rented their properties. rented the properties. The single-family rental business is now booming, and that only adds to the competition for properties. The flipping industry has become professionalized, said Ron Sturren, a real estate agent with law enforcement in Maryland. It used to be contractors buying, flipping, fixing, and selling one house at a time. Not very efficient. It's now become a very organized business model with companies that have employees looking for deals. When you have mass scales of individuals and businesses functioning in this kind of model, you also look at it pushes up prices as well, making it a very dangerous aspect to buy. Just think that these are just other areas just to be mindful, because I've done videos in the past that just said it was just getting ridiculous when I was at real estate meetings, that there was no concern from 2008, and the prices just kept becoming astronomical. Since I've functioned as a project manager, working in construction loans is kind of something I did pretty much daily. I just sometimes flabbergasted at just how much they're willing to pay and how much risk is being taken, especially if they're using hard money loans. But let me stop diversing. What's the word I'm looking for? Stop getting away from the article and get back to it. Gross flipping returns in August fell to the lowest level in nearly 7 years, according to Adam. Also taking much longer to sell a flipped home now, an average of 186 days, the longest since June 2006. Flippers is also less to choose from. The national foreclosure rate is incredibly low, and older home owners who usually be downsizing now are staying put at a higher rate than historical norms because costs are so high. A lot of retired people are staying even though the house doesn't fit their needs anymore, said Benthis. And demand from buyers is also waning. Mortgage rates are now about a full percentage point higher than they were a year ago, and some buyers are having to lower their sights. Flip homes, which are usually renovated turnkey condition, come at price premiums. More buyers today are looking for bargains, even if it means doing repairs themselves. That's the end of the article. You even got here. Kids making thousands flipping homes for the first time buyers. When you see stuff like this, that even kids are getting involved and flipping is now coming past time to get rich, you know that to hold money off the table, kind of set back and wait till the dust settles. I'm speaking from experience. I had a real estate company, did very well before 2008 crash. I got my financial FU and learned about corrections, market transitions, what happens with a systemic crisis, and what happens when people leave homes because they can't afford rent. Rent is can't afford a mortgage, or the banks are just not lending. So everything moves in cycles. A lot of people who are getting into this market haven't had that experience, and so they become aggressive and kind of pushing prices up. And then you got different institutions coming in as well. So smart money is actually selling or just holding back. Just something to take in consideration of. Again, I ran my own investment company for a while before the 2008 crash. Kind of set back. So I took on a position as a project manager because of my background and then looking at construction loans and kind of managing that. And I just was amazed at the amount of debt that people were taking on and the risk level. Again, I'm not knocking it as a business model. I'm just saying that this is when you see articles like this, and I know, especially for millennials who are looking for ways to make money and looking to establish the mark, just take this in consideration. Be very mindful of that. And we're late in the tooth in the cycle, as they say. So until my next video, I'm out. If this video has been any value to it, please like, subscribe, and as I mentioned before, I'll see you in the next video.